So this has been going on a long time, since February, and now efforts are beginning to increase trying to bring WNBA star Brittany Griner safely back to the United States. Griner was convicted of cannabis possession in Russia and sentenced to 9 years in a prison camp. Her lawyers have begun working on an appeal, which of course in itself could take months. Meanwhile, U.S. officials are waiting for a response from Russia to the proposal for a prisoner swap deal. The U.S. would offer a Russian arms dealer in exchange for Griner, as well as a former Marine. The case has brought condemnation from the highest levels of government to basketball. Atlanta Dream head coach Tanisha Wright addressed Griner's legal and diplomatic fight on Friday night.
You know, this is just a game to us. I said it to you guys earlier. What BG is going through right now is real life. And we're here to support her and continue to use our voice and our platform to advocate for our government to really to push to bring her home as soon as possible.
A prisoner swap between the U.S. and Russia sounds like a plot from a Tom Clancy novel. You know, Rudolph Abel for Francis Gary Powers, if you follow those kinds of things from a couple of generations ago. But Brandon Lewis from our Verified team looks into whether the two countries have exchanged prisoners before.
I pressed the Kremlin to accept the substantial proposal that we put forth on the release of Paul Whelan and Brittany Griner.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the U.S. is offering a prisoner swap with Moscow to bring home 2 Americans detained in Russia. WNBA star Brittany Griner was arrested in February on drug-related charges, and Paul Whelan was arrested for spying in 2018 and is serving a 16-year prison sentence in a labor camp. In exchange, the U.S. would reportedly release convicted Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout. Soon after the announcement, Google searches about the swap and the history of prisoner exchanges jumped. So let's verify. Has the U.S. swapped prisoners with Russia before? Our sources are the White House, the National Air and Space Museum, the FBI, and the book Spycraft Secrets and Espionage A to Z. Prisoner exchanges aren't a common occurrence, but they do happen. One of the first major prisoner exchanges was in 1962 between the U.S. and the then Soviet Union. The U.S. traded a KGB spy in exchange for 2 Americans, an Air Force captain and a student. The exchange was later dramatized in the Tom Hanks movie Bridge of Spies. In 1985, the U.S. and Soviet Union agreed to what was then the largest ever prisoner exchange. The U.S. released 4 spies in exchange for 23 people held by the USSR. In 2010, the U.S. released 10 Russian spies in exchange for 3 Russians who spied on behalf of the U.S. or the United Kingdom, and a 4th Russian who was suspected of being a double agent. And most recently, in April, an American convicted of assaulting a Russian police officer was released in exchange for a Russian drug smuggler. So, yes, the U.S. has swapped prisoners with Russia before. The prisoner exchange to bring Griner and Whelan home is not finalized. On July 27th, the Pentagon said it is still pursuing every avenue to make it happen. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
All right, if there's something you'd like verified, easy to get a hold of us. Send us an email or text Verify to the number there on your screen.